Live from Bristol Motor Speedway in Northeast Tennessee, ESPN Speed World welcomes you to live coverage of NASCAR Winston Cup competition. Tonight, the Goody's Headache Powder 500. Down there with their engine started, ready to go, 500 laps. Let's check the Walmart EverStart starting lineup. Rusty Wallace on the pole with his 5th pole here in Bristol, but first in the night race. Mike Skinner has 2 top 5 starts here in Bristol in '98. In the second row, Ricky Rudd with 11 Bristol top 5s and Mark Martin, who finished second in last year's race. The third row, Jeremy Mayfield, his first Bristol top 5 start, and Ted Musgrave, his best qualifying effort of 1998. Starting 7th will be Jeff Gordon in his stride for 5 alongside his Ward Burton with 1 top 10 finish here at Bristol. Starting 9th will be Dale Jarrett, the defending champion of the Goody's Headache Powder 500, and Bobby Labonte, 2 wins this season. Now, as you look down the rest of the starting lineup, pay particular attention to the first 25 because they have a decided advantage over everybody else here tonight.
It's 21, Bob. Only 21 pits on both sides of the racetrack. 21 on the front, 21 on the back. As a matter of fact, 2 cars left to share a pit on the back stretch. And pitting on the front stretch, Ned, is a huge advantage.
It is. Even though they've adjusted the speed on the pace car, trying to even that up, it still is an advantage to pit on the front stretch.
As we look back at these cars, Bill Elliott will start back on the outside of row 14. Has a very good race car.
He was very good in practice this afternoon. He was good in practice yesterday, but slipped a little bit in qualifying, so he's on the back stretch.
I'm sorry, back in row 19 on the inside is Ernie Irvin. He was our pole sitter last week in Michigan and led the most laps. This week, he had to get in the field. He had to take a provisional.
And he was only a couple tenths of a second slower than the pole sitter here tonight. So that's how close they qualify here at Bristol.
There you see the other provisional starters for tonight's race. Taking the previous champion's provisional was Darrell Walters. He starts back in 35th position. And they're going for $1.7 million. These are the drivers who, in the modern era, that is since 1972, have won 4 races in a row. However, nobody has won 5 in a row. There you see where the drivers finished in their attempt to win 5 in a row. And 3 of those streaks came to end on a short track. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here tonight. We're just about set to go racing here at Bristol.
And the green flag will be waved by Perry Doughty of New Bern, North Carolina. More than 50,000 entries. He was the winner. Attaboy, Perry.
Very quickly, that inside line gets going, hanging Mike Skinner out. He's losing several positions in lap 1. He falls into 5th.
Well, in the early going, it will be single file because the inside line is the place to be.
And Jerry Nadeau, already the Cartoon Network car is very slow. Maybe he just got high and just got everything checked back. Looks like now he's back up to speed. Steve Park gets on the inside of him, which opens the door for a run, and almost out of crash there as we see some cars slowing down, finally get in their car going again.
Incident once again.
There we see Chad Little trying to get on the inside of John Andretti, and little contact, and wow.
Oh.
Not only, Chad Little was being pushed by Derek Cope as well as pushing the 43. These cars desperately trying to stay in the lead lap and realizing the leaders are coming. Oh, we got Morgan Shepherd in the wall and spinning and
right in front of the leaders, or at least the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place cars. Ricky Rudd was in front of it, but boy, a lot of other cars.
It happened over in turn number 1.
Darrell Waltrip gets on the inside of Morgan Shepherd as they came to the start-finish line. Morgan cuts down. Don't know that Darrell has a fender up there, I don't believe. Darrell thinks he knows it. They touch, and up into the wall Morgan goes.
And watch him come down right in front of Mark Martin, Jeremy Mayfield.
Oh, he lost a lot of track of position. And we'll show you why we are under the 2nd caution of the evening. It came out on lap 119.
And we see Joe Nemechek had made contact with someone. It might have been Elliott, I'm not sure, as they came off turn 4, and we see the left front tire is flat.
From Bobby Labonte's on board. Oh, Nadeau in the into the wall, too, a little bit.
I think he got clipped a little bit with Dale Jarrett as Nadu was slowing down. Jarrett didn't see it, and he hit him just a little bit.
Maybe able to see. There he is.
Gets in the corner, and I don't know that Bobby Labonte was close enough to him to have anything to do with that. We got an onboard camera with Bobby Labonte. Let's just check and see. There we see Trickle going by the start-finish line down in turn 1. Down in the corner, and around he goes. And Labonte says, wow.
Let's take a look again at Johnny Benson and how Rusty and Jeremy had to slam. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Now we understand why he got sideways, because the 2-car ran in the back of him.
Hit him hard.
And that allowed Martin to close right in. This is from Rusty's car.
Benson goes in right behind the 36 car, and there's the contact with Rusty Wallace.
Already had some damage on the lane.
And this is how Mark took the lead just as we went to break a moment ago. Goes down in the corner. Jeremy goes up the racetrack a little bit, and Mark just dove to the inside and took that spot away.
And then Jeremy Mayfield lost a position to Dale Jarrett.
And see Ernie Irvin there in front of Mark Martin. Now we watch Irvin as he come off turns 4 and just tries to stay in front of the leader, nails the gas. Around he goes. Mark goes on the inside. Johnny Benson goes on the inside, and man, everybody else just kind of split Ernie.
Whoa. Yep, they didn't know which way to go.
Mark Martin.
And the leaders are on pit road.
7 positions at the moment.
Sterling Marlin going in the corner and bottoming out, dragging the racetrack. You see the sparks flying. And we got a big crash in the back.
Come on,
Well, it took us a while, but we finally have our typical Bristol crash.
Man,
There's
oh,
Derek Cope involved. Who else?
Brett Bodine is involved. The 96 car is involved.
John Andretti. Robert Presley, who's making his 100th NASCAR Winston Cup start here this evening.
Wow.
And that's how things can quickly change.
Ever see the 46 car? Jeff Green gets into Brett Bodine. Kevin LePage, the 16 car, gets turned around. And we see Derek Cope has, I guess, ran in the wall is what he hit. And now he comes down and hits the inside wall. Chad Little's also involved, the John Deere car. You see Preston sitting up there. The 96 car, the Cat car, is also involved. Listen and watch.
Ward Burton and John Andretti both hard into the outside wall.
Man.
And from Bill Elliott's on board.
Well, he's got good brakes, I know that.
He got her wound down, didn't he?
Sure did. Most of those cars were on the lead lap. Here's trouble on the front straightaway.
Oh, a car, Brett Bodine has slid to the inside wall near the end of the front stretch.
And the leader, Jeremy Mayfield, ran in the back of Jerry Nadeau. I don't think he hit him hard enough.
We'll see them as coming around for the halfway mark of the race, but the $10,000 won't be awarded on this lap.
And we see Brett Bodine just lost control coming off turn 4, and that's where all the smoke came from, is he nailed the gasoline trying to keep the car going off the wall. And we'll see what...
Right, he's on the bottom. Track clear, track clear, track clear, track clear. Go, 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 go. Caution's out.
Jeff Gordon loses another spot. Bobby Labonte moves into the 5th spot. Gordon back to 6. Oh, we got trouble up in, looks like Benson in the wall up in 1.
Indeed it
and
is.
no caution flag yet, but he's going to stop.
Now the caution's out.
Caution is out for the 7th time,
Car
Jerry.
began to sail up toward the wall, and thus the caution flag.
Well, we pick it up after Schrader had made the impact with Johnny.
We saw the impact with the wall. Obviously, that's the damage to the back of the car was done when he backed in the fence, not when Schrader ran the back.
Said left sides only, so Sterling with a flat left rear tire. So this is caution, and there's a crash. Turn number 2, the 13 car.
Dennis Setzer into the wall at turn number 2. Another scrambling to avoid him, including Chad Little.
Break 4. Ernie Irvin and the 1 car of Steve Park, they got back on the lead lap.
Dennis Setzer tried to get the thing started. There's a lot of raw fuel in the exhaust pipe. And when he tries to start it and he opens the throttles, look at all that fuel come pouring. The bank is just pouring all that fuel out of the carburetor.
He probably realized that, so he said, let me get it turned around. He don't know how much damage he's got to that Ford. Whoops, better get out of there, Dennis.
Now, I think he finally got it started now after crew. We see him there on the outside of Skinner as he come down, and then we see Ted Musgrave on the inside. And just a little touch from Terry Labonte as he go down in the corner, and Setzer goes in that wall.
Here it is from another angle. Just the slightest touch from Labonte.
Watch all those cars go by, and just fortunately he did not come down. Every lap almost the same. 3 laps in a row. Those 3 in a row, 16.7.
Well, that's what you look for is consistency. And Mark Martin takes the lead.
Yeah, Mark Martin goes back into the lead. He will lead his 10th lap of the evening. There you see that there are 22 cars on the lead lap, and the last driver on the lead lap is Darrell Williams just a few minutes ago. Lap 345. Here's Nadeau.
There's him spin, and watch this as he smokes those tires. And watch Mark Martin just stop. Watch him stop because he cannot see in that smoke. Jerry Nadeau did a 360. Watch him just spins those tires, goes around. Look, how would you see through that? Look, you can't even see the cars in that. No wonder they all stopped.
Big smoke screen up. Jerry didn't hit anything, kept going, but it certainly did create a smoke screen for those following. Looks like he just got down into the second corner and lost it.
Look at all the smoke. I mean, that's really amazing how the visibility just totally obscured. All right, watch Mark Martin. Get behind him.
Man.
That's what he's seeing in front of him as well.
Now from Bobby Labonte's perspective.
Just luckily nothing was there when Labonte went to smoke.
And a spin over in turn number 3. Wally Dollar.
Got a spin right in front of him. Bagger down, stay at the bottom, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. Good, go.
And Jeff Gordon just barely escaped.
I don't know that Ricky Rudd hit anything.
Once again, this is why we are under caution, the 11th of the evening.
And Dallenbach, this is I don't know, is this the same? Yeah, the wreck is behind. Jerry Nadeau spun because Dallenbach had spun in front of him. I couldn't figure out why Jerry Nadeau spun because Dallenbach had spun in front of him. Let's see why he spun. There we see Dallenbach. This might be why he spun. Yes, it is.
Well, maybe that's why they worked on Bobby Labonte's car.
Exactly.
Raised the hood on it because he hit the 50 car at Dallenbach. Jeff Green in number 46.
Oh, we got the 75 car going around and coming across the racetrack, and
It will be out right here.
Everybody else avoids
Stay to
it.
the bottom at 2.
that's amazing.
Rick Mast in trouble in corner number 2.
And we see the water from the broken radiator on the racetrack, so they'll have to get somebody over there and clean that up.
He too is burning off some raw fuel as he tries to get the car restarted. His 4 wins have been in the daytime.
Oh, we got a spin. Is that Jeremy Mayfield? Yes, it is. And so far, no one's hit him.
Boy, Dale Jarrett just missed him. Caution waves once again.
Oh, that running in the what? 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot, somewhere in there.
He's running 4th. He's still on the lead lap. He got it going again.
Now, this is really 65 laps to go. How many of these cars will pit, if any of them?
Yeah, it'll surprise me if they do come in. It's only been, well, now what's happening here between Darrell Waltrip and Mark Martin?
I guess Mark has slowed down to let Darrell go by, and Darrell wouldn't go by. I guess he didn't feel like he was entitled to go by, is all I can figure out. Anyway, the pace car goes back out. Jerry Nadeau goes back on the racetrack after that collision up in turn 3 a moment ago.
Darrell Waltrip is 4 laps down in 27th position.
Well, let's see here. There's Darrell running up beside of Mark. Ooh, and he hit him. Yeah.
So I guess, oh, that was the conversation. What are you doing, man? Here's the crash. I don't know if the 12 car of Jeremy Mayfield got just a little high, or there was slight contact between he and the 18. Hard to tell.
Turner wants to push up toward the wall. But what a battle there is in front of him between the teammates Mike Skinner and Dale Earnhardt.
Time to go. Clear, clear.
Of course, these teammates traded crew chiefs, too, a few weeks ago. Kevin Hamlin now on the...
On your back, touch it, rub it inside, clear behind him. That son of a bitch!
Yeah, I don't think you like that. Teammate or not.
Well, there are less than 8 laps to go in this race now as we're winding tonight. If things continue to go well, he'll be gaining some points on Jeff.
Not many, but a few.
Right.
It's been a while since anyone gained any points on Jeff Gordon.
We'll see. Jeff Gordon currently running in 5th position, and no other cars around him.
Mark Martin will pick up the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps.
Really?
Yep. 185 and counting.
Jeff Gordon has not led.
Right. That's 7 leaders. 3 laps to go for Mark Martin. There's second place Jeff Burton. At Michigan last week, but he wanted to go home, regroup, think about it, come back to Bristol and kick butt, and he's doing it.
I think he's pretty well. I would think we'll probably see a more emotional Mark Martin in victory lane than we've seen. And the other 4 victories this year.
He has won at Vegas, Texas, California, and Michigan. All of those, of course, those are super speedways. Is about to chalk up a short track victory. Mark Martin wins the Goody's Headache Powder 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. His 5th win of 1998, his 27th career win, and 6th on a short track. It is a very exhausted Mark Martin who's in victory lane, but he has won the Goody's Headache Powder 500. Without question, a big fan favorite. Down to the McDonald's Winner's Circle interview and Dr. Jerry Punch.
Absolutely a fan favorite. He climbs out of the car. Now we'll climb down on the side of the Valvoline Ford. Mark, you stood up there, 140,000 people cheering. Before we talk about the race tonight, I want to talk about the week. A week ago, you drove your heart out. You wanted it in the worst way. You said you were going to go home and come back and kick tail. You did tonight.
Yeah, we did. I'm pretty out of breath here. I want to thank the race fans. Their sympathy and support, love, and love for the sport and love for our family has meant everything. I cried last week because I didn't get to dedicate a win to my dad and Shelly and Sarah. This one's for them, and he'd have been proud of this one tonight. It's an awful good run, and I want to thank this race team, Valvoline, Cummins, Bugle, Bosch, Ford Taurus, and Goodyear for their support. And I don't know if we're in the running for this championship or not, but I tell you what, we got the best race team on the circuit, whether we win it or not, and I'm proud to be with them.